Good afternoon. It's February 4th, 2026. And today, we had what turned out to be a range day. This is what it looks like on the 2700 tick chart. And the daily chart, we have a doji. So on this daily chart, prices are bouncing off this level of support. I'm gonna move this range. So they're bouncing off this level of support and this level of resistance. So it's getting into breakout mode, and this thing will go nuts once it breaks out. Um, yeah, so we've been since December we've been in this really tight range, and I'm pretty sure I pretty much said on Monday that this would probably be the extent of this week's move, and that's how it's looking so far. We'll just have to see though. And the monthly chart looking like a doji right now. So anyway, uh, we were going sideways in the overnight, up down, and that continued until after the open. After the open, we get this pretty large leg down. It looks like we bounce off the midline of what would be the measured move before coming back into this range, bouncing off that midline and continuing further down. Then we get a break of the channel, and what happens here is you're usually going to get a retest of the channel lows. And so we get a bull breakout, which is normal, this broad bull channel. And then we get a bull breakout of that. And that's not expected. And that's when these moves are usually very strong. And when I say this isn't expected, it's it's more common for there to be a bear breakout of a bull channel. Just like here, we had a bull breakout of the bear channel, which is this price action. It's more common in a bull channel to get a bear breakout, but that's not what happened here, and that created this very strong move. So anyway, let's check out what this range is looking like. So let's go from the top of this move, 69.65 to about so that's actually a 33-point move. And so if you look at these bars, a 33-point move, high, low, this bar is 100 and let's call it 140 points. The bar before that was, let's call it 150 points. And this bar before that, let's call it 80 points. And high and low about 130 points. So the average bar, let's just say, is 100 points. So if you know that, and we're in a 30-point range, you should expect a breakout. And so what a lot of people do, you see a strong bear bar here, you might bet that these are the highs of the day and we're going to get a breakout. And so I think you should take partial profits, maybe when this bar closes with a bull body, but you want to try and swing. And, that wouldn't have worked out here, but, um, let's say you're looking at a larger time frame. It really would make sense. Here's the breakout, it failed. Then you get a bull bar and it can't break above that EMA, and then you get a strong bear bar. That's a pretty good idea to short that. I think that the risk reward ratio, I should say, is very good there. And I would say hold till there. And that look at where we bounced. Perfect. A perfect bounce. So anyway, I'm not gonna keep going into detail on that because I think I need to get started on this. So again, yeah, we go up in the overnight. We're make this move down, kind of get two legs down, and then the market opens, and you get this kind of ranging, trending range right here, basically a choppy bull move up, and we test this high. And I'm not sure you want to go short just yet. We don't have a break of this bull channel, although it's a double test of this price level, and this is bear bar that's closing on its low. I mean, look, you got a lot of room back to that EMA, so I think it's worth considering. But it's just not the strongest. It's just not the strongest. But I mean, yeah, worth considering. But you could get that bull breakout. So this is one you definitely want to keep your stop above this signal bar. Um, but you might want to go for a reward that is beyond this EMA. Anyway, yeah, we sell off, we break out. You could be aggressive, I think, and sell when you got three bear bars closing on their low. I I wouldn't judge anybody for taking this short. It comes back, closes up here, and again on this chart it looks like a whole lot of nothing, but on this chart that lower high, failed second entry long, looks like a good entry to me. And the follow through isn't great here, and you see that we get like some choppy stuff right here, but you get confirmation. Well, first of all, let's check out this. You get a second entry short right there. That's a nice one off the EMA. And you could argue that, there's let's say this is the pullback. You could argue there's a channel right there. So I like that one. Um, do I like this? It looks like there's a price level here that we couldn't break back above. So it's really just the first entry, but it's the second time that prices are trying to um, break higher. Only problem I have here is that you now have a gap above the EMA, but this could be, I think you can argue for this. This could be, um, you could argue this is a second entry short because it ticks lower on this bar, but this could also be, it's the first gap above the EMA, so we could get another final move down, and we actually get more than a final move down. So anyway, this turns out to be a very good move. You could probably argue for this one. I probably wouldn't take that though. It looks like you're going into support, and we came up short of the trend channel lows at this point. So yeah, I don't think you want to risk it on this one. Ends up being a really good move. Boom, bounce, strong bull bar, higher low, strong bull bar, higher low, strong bull bar. Uh, I'm just not convinced at this point that we're going higher, only because I'm thinking prices at this point are trying to, create a 100 point day. And that's not really the best way to think of it, but um, you know, I think I think you got to be very careful taking these reversals, especially, you're going into potential resistance right here. Uh, let's see, what are we at this point? So 69.65. So that'll be like this is like a 70 point move from the high to this low. So I'm just thinking that we're gonna go, maybe 20 points lower. We do close this body gap. Um, so the lows of these bodies, we have overlap now, and you get these lower highs, and floor falls out, and just because of the bias, I like this lower high right here. You got a bunch of bulls thinking that, oh, this is a 50% correction. Let me buy it. And so they buy, and it's just turns out to be a trap. You're in a bear channel. So that's what I think there. That's if you see all that, I think that makes sense. Uh, Now you have this potential level of resistance. We break below it, come back, test it once, come back, test it twice. I think you can get short in here somehow, maybe a limit order, but you are going into the lows of the channel, so you have to be aware of that. We bounce at the low of the channel, bounce again. We start making higher lows, chopping upwards, higher highs now. And so this is starting to look like a bull channel. You get a breakout. Boom. Now, you want to be careful here. Uh, at this point, though, do we have the 68, 62? So now we have a 100-point day. Where's that at? 69, 62, 69, 65. So I think that's what happened. That's probably what happened. So if you see that, I got really loud there, but if you see that, I don't think you want to take any of this. But when we gap over here, this bear bar fails, it goes higher. Maybe you take a small position. Then we create a gap, a body gap here. The open of this bear bar, the close of this bar did not overlap. You go higher. The open of this bear bar, the close of this one did not overlap, and then we go higher. So, if you can think really quickly in real time, maybe you take all that. Then we get some sideways stuff, and you wanna get out. You're in the last hour of the day. Um, yeah, you want to get out. So that's how I saw it today. I hope everyone had a good day. I'll be back tomorrow.